What's up guys, it's Sean P over here at the Fit Lab. I want to show you 4 basic areas of foam roll to get your body ready for work. So this is either for paddlers or for people working out here at the gym. What we're going to do is we're going to foam roll our calves, foam roll our glutes, more specifically the piriformis, the lower back, and then we're going to combine the hip flexors along with the quads on all angles. Okay? So first, in order to foam roll the calves, what you want to do is you want to start at the base of the point of your foot, of your leg, and then you're actually going to keep your hips up to apply more pressure, and you're going to basically find or hunt for tender spots. Once you get to that point that's super tender, all you're going to do is do some micro movements. You're going to go forward and backwards 3 times, side to side 3 times, and then circular motions 3 times. It's going to feel slightly uncomfortable, possibly even painful. But the most important thing that you need to do is breathe throughout every movement, okay? And if this is not enough pressure, what you can do is you can grab your other leg on top, lift your hips up again. It's too much pressure for me, but that's what you can do to add more, okay? So what we want to make sure is we want to get the entire muscle. The calf is a pretty large muscle, comprised of 2 different muscles, the soleus and the gastrocnemius. So you want to make sure you get the side of your leg, the inner side of the leg, and then definitely the belly all the way to the back of the knee. Okay. Once you get that done, we're going to get to the other leg, do the same exact thing. Notice I'm just lifting my hips up and my calves are super, super tight and super tender, so I don't need to put my other leg on top. Okay. Next, what we're going to do is our glutes, more specifically the piriformis. You're going to sit on the foam roller like this, and then whatever side you want to foam roll, you're going to lift that leg up. I'm going to foam roll my left. Once I lift my leg up, I'm going to put my that same foot onto my knee, and then I'm going to lean all the way till I feel the hip bone and the femur bone meet together. Okay, and then the wherever you find that joint meet is probably where you're going to find the most tender spots, and so that's where you want to concentrate. So again, same thing. Once you find that tender spot, forward and backward 3 times, side to side 3 times, and then circular motions. Okay. Other leg. Super tender. Definitely can do this more. Okay. Last area I want you to foam roll your quads. So you want to start at the top of the hip. Okay. You want to get the hip flexors. You want to get the quads. The quads comprise of 4 different muscles. You got the one in the middle, out here to the side, and then the inner part of the thigh. We're going to focus on one leg at a time. Okay, when you do this, you want to basically lean onto whatever leg you're trying to foam roll. For me, it's going to be my right. So I'm going to start where that bone is, that bony part of the hip. Then I'm going to work my way down all the way to the quads. Looking to see if I have any tender spots. Okay. Definitely going to feel it more on the side, more towards that IT bone area. Ooh, it almost tickles. And then, so how to get to the inner part of that thigh? You're going to get the, what's that foam roller, perpendicular to your thigh. And then you're just going to basically keep going until you find a tender spot. Right over here, the vastus medialis is super tight for me, so I'm going to go up and down 3 times, side to side, and circular motions. Woo. Painful. Other leg. Forgot one more. That's your lower back. So when you foam roll your lower back, you're gonna sit on it again. You're gonna roll down to the side. You're gonna support yourself by bringing your hands behind you. Again, once you get to the top of that bone, you're gonna start hitting that lower back area. All you have to do is lean to one side. You wanna basically roll from the top of that hip bone all the way to the bottom of that first rib or that last rib. It's kind of hard to really get a deep what's that, foam roll position with this particular foam roller. You can use another thing, but that will be talked about on another day. Alright guys, a couple of tips before we foam roll. First thing is, if you're going to do it before a workout to mobilize and loosen up, you want to do a foam roll each body part about 15 to 30 seconds. You're going to do it after a workout, about 30 to 60 seconds per body part that's super tight or super sore. Third, if you start to feel a lot of tenderness, you start to feel a lot of discomfort, you want to take a step back, decrease the amount of pain you feel, and try to breathe through the entire process. The whole goal is to try to loosen up the fascia to open up your mobility, okay? And then finally, every time you do a foam roller or use a foam roller, you definitely want to superset it with stretches, improving that flexibility. The foam roller does a really good job of getting you to a better position very easily and very quickly, but it's not long lasting, okay? What we need to focus on is the stretching. So we use the foam roller to open up our body to get into a better position, and then we use a stretch, then we incorporate stretching in order to really improve our body position for a longer duration. Cool?